The main news in the English language social media feed is the viral hashtag #TrumpIsDead, which circulated for a couple of days on the social network X, fueled by James David Vance's words about succession of power taken out of context. Old photos showing bruises and these eternal experts on the president's walk. The hysteria grew so much that even Russian speakers questioned if Donald Trump was alive. The result is predictable. Trump appeared at a golf event and posted on the social network Truth Social that he feels great. The White House is giving comments along the lines of, "The president is working according to schedule," and so on. But behind this seemingly banal story, there is a very important architecture of disinformation. That's why I suggest we analyze this topic now that it's out in the open and examine it specifically in the context of disinformation technologies. Ukrainians, especially those following more than just Donald Trump news, should keep this in mind. My name is Alexei Pechi. Today is September 1st. We'll talk about everything in order, but before we start, I ask you to subscribe to this channel, give it a like, and write any comment you want. I'll start right away with the mechanics of creating these kinds of fakes about the death of Donald Trump. It always looks the same. First, there's silence in the public space. 2 days without cameras, without statements, and rumors already start to appear. Then someone pulls out an old interview clip where United States Vice President J.D. Vance is asked about succession. And he answers this question by saying it's a standard question for any White House. He replies that he can replace Donald Trump. Then there are clips and videos featuring Trump, unsteady steps, trembling hands, and a swollen face. Clips from The Simpsons cartoon and old memes are mixed in with this. The question of the president's location becomes why the truth is hidden from us. And while I, as a journalist, for example, am checking the facts, the creators of fakes have already finished their marathon by that time. They all just reap the results. At the finish line, there's a video of Trump golfing, a photo with his granddaughter, and an official tweet saying he's fine. After that, the audience splits. Some say he's alive, while others insist, no, they're still hiding something. What if it's a clone or a double of Donald Trump, and so on. This disinformation machine works non-stop without any days off. How did it all start in the first place? Vance, the Vice President of the United States, said in an interview with United States of America Today on August 27 that he is ready to become president if a terrible tragedy happens to the current United States leader. At the same time, Vance emphasized during the interview that Trump is in excellent shape, very energetic, and has incredibly strong health. Quote from Vance, "Yes, terrible tragedies occur, but I'm confident the president is in good shape, will finish his term, and accomplish great things for the American people." But all the experts have already picked up on Vance's words about the succession of power. A statement from The Simpsons creator Matt Groening, whose show twice predicted Trump's possible death in 2024 and April 12, 2025 added fuel to the fire. So Groening joked during the Comic-Con festival in San Diego back in July that the series would continue until someone dies, while obviously hinting at Donald Trump. Quote from Groening, "We will keep going. We will keep going until someone dies. When you know who will die." The Simpsons predict dancing in the streets, but only President James David Vance will ban it. All of this really started the social network buzzing here. Everything exploded. Some users were joking about Trump's death, others were expressing concern about his health, and some were openly rejoicing. Trump recently faced health issues. In July, the White House confirmed he has chronic venous insufficiency. Well, that's a typical thing for people his age. As for the bruises on Trump's hand, the White House explained them as minor soft tissue irritation, supposedly due to frequent handshakes and taking aspirin. And the latter is supposedly taken as part of the prevention of cardiovascular diseases, which are also typical for people of the United States president's age. Meanwhile, Trump himself is feeling fine. Although he hasn't appeared in public since August 26, the United States president still went golfing on August 30, as he usually does on weekends. He showed up, everything is fine with his granddaughter. But why is this case even important to us, those who live by the Ukrainian agenda? Because such a fake hurricane has a strong impact on 3 fronts. The first front is the agenda. While news media editors are chasing clicks with headlines like "Trump died, didn't die," making clickbait titles and blowing up this topic, Some important things like sanctions, negotiations, military aid packages to Ukraine, budget decisions and so on are pushed into the background. This is harmful for Ukraine. The second point is the markets. Any hint at a power vacuum in the United States leads to volatility in dollar rates and insurance. This is an ideal opportunity for Moscow. With all the informational noise in Washington, let's delay discussing topics that are uncomfortable for us. The third line is negotiations. Rumors that the president is terminally ill or that the president has died are never an argument for the side that wants to postpone a decision. The logic is simple. Why rush if tomorrow there will be a different interlocutor? Obviously, this is a very cheap manipulation that only lasts for a few days, but in the end, it affects the entire agenda. The White House said, the president is alive, on schedule, and doing his job. The opinions you see on social media are not based on any facts. It's kind of dry and correct, but in the age of fake news, that's not enough. And excuse me, we need some basic photos. And Trump's team provided them. There's golf, a road, a family photo, and so on. That's the antidote to these fakes. What's the lesson for us? Let's put it this way. We're not forensic experts on screenshots. We're journalists, and you're the viewers. So, 3 steps. We don't retweet unverified information. We wait for it to appear publicly. And we keep in mind who benefits from the window of uncertainty. Yes, this applies to everyone, from the White House and Bankova to journalists and viewers. Because fake news about the death of a leader is equally harmful both for American democracy and for the Ukrainian war. And these scandalous hashtags will not be coming back. But we have a simple countermeasure. Instead of looking at the shadows under the eyes, the walk or a bruise on the hand, we should look at the decisions and signatures if the signatures appear on time. This is more important than any freeze frame. And for those who love information operations, this is also a signal. Because next time they'll have to come up with something more complicated than just a meme about the death of the United States president. I hope none of my viewers believed in that theory that Trump died. But if there were any, I hope you'll reconsider your views on critical thinking. I'll leave it at that. Share your opinions and conclusions in the comments below this episode. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and don't forget to like. That's all for now. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye, everyone.